Listen to me. If you're not doing anything wrong, what's the problem of giving us your name?
It's none of your business.
It is.
No, it's not. You're not entitled to know anything unless I've committed a crime.
Welcome to Rate the Encounters, where police power meets public accountability.
This episode is brought to you by Auditor Matt. Be sure to check the link below, subscribe to his channel, and give him the credit he deserves. Auditor Matt is simply standing outside a police station, observing vehicles as they come and go, when officers approach with a tone that immediately shifts the atmosphere. There's little effort to understand the situation, just a steady assumption that something must be wrong. Despite there being no clear issue, the conversation drifts into uneasy territory where suspicion exists without any solid foundation. However, as the exchange develops, that confidence quickly fades, and by the end, Matt turns the situation around entirely.
Pictures of the cars. So what if I did? If the Porsche 911 Turbo came out here and I wanted to take a picture of it, I'd take a picture of it.
Absolutely. There's no offences.
Right, so well, I'm just saying, but I haven't. I've made sure I haven't.
All I've got to know is I would like to know who you are.
Right, my name's Matt, but yeah, like I say, I'd rather not give me details.
Is this Matt you're giving me?
Yeah, like I say, it's not personal, but yeah, whoever's on CCTV needs an eye test.
Obviously, you can appreciate that, we need to be secure on who comes in and out of the station. I know you take it, with your interest, the patrol cars and that sort of thing.
Maybe I would have been inclined to tell you who I was, blah, 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 if whoever it was hadn't lied and said I was doing something I wasn't doing. So straight away, courtesy's gone out the window with a lie, hasn't it?
Right, that's how you feel. I mean, I'm only asking.
Yeah, it's like I say, I don't like being lied to about. I mean, imagine if it was actually a crime that someone had said that I'd done and I hadn't done it. Fair enough, taking pictures of a car, someone said that I did it and I didn't do it. Imagine it, what are they going to say? Oh, he's committed a crime. I seen him commit a crime.
I mean, CCTV, maybe that's perceived if you've got your phone out and it looks on CCTV.
I haven't pointed at anything.
What makes this moment particularly striking is that the police community, support officer openly acknowledges that no offense has been committed, yet continues the interaction solely to obtain his details. That's where the logic begins to fall apart. If there is no suspected wrongdoing, the justification for further questioning becomes difficult to defend. Rather than assessing the situation objectively, she relies heavily on a report from CCTV. Even as Matt calmly explains his presence, the imbalance becomes clear. The individual being questioned provides clarity, while the interaction is driven by someone else's unease rather than any objective concern.
I want to give me details out.
You don't want to give out your details?
No.
How come?
I just thought...
Right, why are you here filming police vehicles and civilian vehicles coming in and out?
Who said I'm filming civilian vehicles?
Excuse me?
Who said I'm filming civilian vehicles? Stop lying. Right, well, someone's lying in there. Why didn't you tell me you turned the camera on?
You saw me turning it on. So
I don't need to see you turn it on. You tell them verbally that you turn it on. Are you recording?
Yes.
Same for you. Why didn't you tell me? I didn't see you. If I seen her, how could I see you? Why didn't you tell me?
Right,
7854. Hang on a minute. I'm speaking.
No, I'm speaking as
Why didn't you tell me?
Public place, so come and log in.
Right, exactly. Why didn't you tell me you're recording?
Sorry?
Why didn't you tell me you're recording as per your policy?
Why didn't you tell me you were recording?
It's not my policy, fella. Is it?
Why is that come and log?
Because I feel like it. All right.
You shouldn't be here. No.
I should be here. Who the hell do you think you are?
You committing offences under
No, I'm
the
not.
Terrorism Act, Section 58.
Section 58. Are you having a laugh? Do you know how much trouble you'd be in if you go down that route? What evidence have you got?
That's my evidence.
So, I've just told you what I'm doing.
Vehicle that is coming in.
The narrative shifts away from what Matt is actually doing to what officers claim he is doing, suggesting he is filming civilian vehicles, despite clearly focusing on police cars, a claim that immediately undermines their credibility. At the same time, officers begin recording him without making this clear, even though most body-worn video policies expect officers to inform individuals where practicable in the interest of transparency. Then comes the reference to Section 58 of the Terrorism Act 2000, a serious power intended for terrorism-related intelligence gathering, not for someone openly filming police vehicles. This highlights just how disproportionate the reasoning has become. When pressed for evidence, pointing to Matt's camera only exposes how weak the justification is, as merely possessing a camera falls far short of the threshold required under Section 58.
Have a look on my YouTube channel. You'll see what I do. You'll see it's not for anything like that. Well, Matt 12128. My YouTube channel, I do police station reviews.
Why do you do that?
Because I think to catch people like yourself that try and abuse the powers.
Abuse my powers?
Yeah, twisting
I
the
just
law.
need to know who
Twisting the
you
law.
are
You
and why
don't.
you're doing
It's
this.
none of your business.
It is.
No, it's not. You're not entitled to know anything unless I've committed a crime.
You have.
And you need reasonable suspicion, love,
I
so
have a
don't get above you.
reasonable-
No,
I
you
have
don't.
reasonable suspicion.
Go on, what's that?
You're outside
What?
the police station with
Not
a
good
front
enough.
camera.
Not good enough.
In
It's not
your
good enough.
hands.
That
I
goes
have
to
enough
court, you'll get
suspicion.
thrown out and you'll get in trouble.
Okay.
You will be committing
That's fine.
an offence under Section
fine.
26 of the Criminal Justice Act, love.
That's
You might
fine.
as well do your shopping list with that, because that's
Okay.
all that's going to be
glad
happening with it.
I'm glad you've done yours. Right, what's your name?
I just told you you're not getting it. If you pursue that any further, you will be committing an offence under Section 26 of the Criminal Justice Act. I have given you proof as to why I'm here and what I'm doing. Get lost.
It's very rude of you.
Get lost. I don't care,
I'm not
you
gonna get
tyrant.
lost.
Matt even directs her to his YouTube channel to demonstrate that there is nothing malicious about his activities, something he is under no obligation to do, yet he still attempts to assist. Despite this, she continues to suggest that a crime may be taking place without ever identifying one, relying on reasonable suspicion that amounts to nothing more than him standing outside a police station. This falls well below the legal threshold required under Section 58 of the Terrorism Act, which demands suspicion that information is likely to be useful for terrorism. When Matt references Section 26 of the Criminal Justice and Courts Act 2015, highlighting that misuse of powers or obstruction of lawful activity could cross into unlawful conduct, it underscores the risks associated with this approach.
Committing any offences?
You're damn right I'm not.
Listen to me. If you're not doing anything wrong, what's the problem of giving us your name?
Because you're not entitled to it. Just because you want it. I'm not evading information. You are not entitled to it. Tough. It's not reasonable suspicion. It's not reasonable suspicion, so jog on. You'll be in a whole world of trouble if you try out. So you want to do it, knock yourself out. I'll take the claim and I'll see you in court.
No problem.
What's your number? It's your policy. What's your number?
7331.
You're going to be judged 7331. Oh, you need to tell people you're recording when you turn it on, dude.
Not necessarily.
Yes, you do. You do. It's your policy.
I haven't spoken to you yet.
It doesn't matter. If you turn it on and you're filled, why have you turned it on? Because of me? Because of me? Right. Therefore, you tell me that you've turned it on. It's your policy. Don't say not necessarily. Learn the law. Learn the law and stop trying to intimidate
Don't
people.
push your finger at me.
Or else what?
Very aggressive.
Or else what?
I perceive it as aggression.
Whatever. Jog on. Get lost. Section 26, abusing your powers, threatening with Section 58. Simply because I was taking pictures of the marked cars when they came in. Like I said I was.
The inconsistencies begin to stack up when another officer confirms that no offense has been committed, directly undermining the earlier suggestion that Matt may have committed a crime and exposing the fragility of the justification. The officer then shifts the argument, suggesting that if Matt has done nothing wrong, he should have no issue providing his details. But that is not how the law operates. Cooperation is not mandatory simply because someone is acting lawfully, and this line of reasoning only emphasizes the lack of any genuine authority. When Matt questions another officer about recording, the claim is made that there was no need to inform him because there was no engagement, despite the camera being activated specifically due to Matt's presence. That position quickly collapses, as activating a camera in response to someone's presence constitutes engagement in itself.
How to make a complaint?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I know how to complain and I know how to sue.
Okay.
My solicitor will be on your case straight away. The very least, you'll be getting retrained.
Excuse me?
The very least, you'll be getting retrained.
Okay.
You are not entitled to my details just because I take a picture of a police car. Okay.
If I think you're committing offences,
What offence do you think I'm committed?
like I've explained Section 58.
Right, but what offence? That just covers various
You might be
events.
collating information which may be used in terrorist offences.
Right. So what reasonable grounds do you have? You
Sat
need,
outside the police station
that's
at the
not
phone.
reasonable grounds. I've proved it before at Darlington. It's not reasonable grounds,
Okay.
Chuck. All right.
That's
Darlington
my
Police.
understanding of the law.
Darlington
I'm sorry
Police,
to
look it
disagree
up.
with it.
I've sued one force and it was Darlington Police.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
When asked to clearly identify the offense, the explanation shifts to the suggestion that Matt could be gathering information for terrorist purposes, a serious allegation carrying significant weight but little substance in this context. Raising such a claim without clear objective indicators only demonstrates how far the reasoning has strayed from reality. Matt then raises the possibility of lodging a complaint and pursuing legal action, which is far from an empty threat. If Powers are exercised without lawful justification. Claims such as false imprisonment or unlawful interference may follow. This is precisely why officers are expected to exercise caution when applying legislation of this magnitude. Once serious powers are used without proper grounding, the focus quickly shifts from suspicion to accountability.
Right, so all the people watching this video want to know why 4 years are stood around wasting money that they're paying for a man with a camera taking some pictures with his dog of the patrol cars.
It's not just patrol cars. The concern is,
Do you want me, right? I know I don't normally do this, guys, but do you want me to stop this video, call her over, and I will show you giving me an award to Newquay Police Station, and then you tell me if you think I'm bloody suspicious under Section 58?
right, I'm not here to discuss what happened in Newquay, right? We're here now and here.
I am offering it as proof. If you don't take that as proof, there'll be trouble if you go ahead and try and start anything. There's no concern. I've explained what I'm doing.
Pictures of civilian cars.
No, I'm not. I have not done that.
Um,
On here, there's nothing on there.
Yeah,
And if I need to prove it, I will prove that you're lying.
This is the suspicion we have. Yeah.
Right. Am I being detained? Am I being detained?
Give me a moment. We're just listening to the radio.
Well, I'm going if I'm not being detained.
As far as I know, you're not at the moment.
Right, exactly. And I never was and I never would be. You absolute whopper. You are going all over YouTube and you're going to be famous. You are going to be famous, you tyrant. If you genuinely suspect something, crack on with it. But use a bit of common bloody sense. It's not rocket science, is it, you stupid woman? You're going on YouTube. Keep an eye out for yourself.
Matt even goes as far as offering to pause his recording and show officers exactly what he has been filming. Again, something he is under no obligation to do, yet he continues to try to address their concerns. This gesture is significant, as it shifts the situation from suspicion to verification. However, once that opportunity arises, the lack of decisive action becomes increasingly telling. If there had been a genuine risk, one would expect firm and immediate steps. Officers confirm that he is not being detained, effectively removing any sense of urgency or necessity and raising the obvious question of what the interaction was intended to achieve. When officers acknowledge there is no need to restrict someone, yet continue to press the situation, it begins to appear less like safeguarding and more like an unjustified encounter. What ultimately stands out is the imbalance. Matt is the one providing clarity, offering to show footage and attempting to bring the interaction to a logical conclusion, while the officers struggle to establish a clear and consistent position. This contrast leaves the closing moments feeling less like legitimate enforcement and more like an encounter that simply ran out of justification. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps support independent coverage like this. Also, be sure to check out Auditor Matt. His channel is linked in the description. Show him your support. Thanks for watching. This has been Rate the Encounters, and I'll see you in the next one.